May 2012 Care for Cows in Vrindavan Development in Rajasthan India's New Hope Pink Slime Care for Cows in Vrindavana CFC Trustees Kurmarupa Dasa Hansarupa Dasa Vraja Mohan Dasa Hativalabha Dasa Radha Govinda Dasa Amit Dalani Patrons Mahanahai Swami Maharaja CFC Staff Kesi Nisadana Dasa Braja Gopal Dasa, Switzerland, Puri Maharaja Razamandala Dasi Jagannath Rao Radhapati Dasa Syam Hari, Vijay, Ravi, Sukumar, Santosh, Tej Prakash, Ajit Editor Kurmarupa Dasa Contributing Editor, Razamandala Dasi. Care for Cows in Vrindavana is inspired by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Founder Acharya International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Dear friends, Jaya Sri Guru, Jaya Sri Gopala, Jaya Sri Gomata. Careforcows.org. Care for Cows in Vrindavan is a charitable trust registered in India, USA, and Switzerland. The CFC staff recently a newspaper article appeared attributed to New Delhi, CNN, that announced, India aspires to become the world's third largest beef exporter. There is concern that Hindu-mandated bans on beef could hamper the industry's growth, and that states that outlaw cow slaughter force the trade underground. CNN holds up ruthless, merciless, profit-mongering butchers as heroes, religious, compassionate, law-abiding Hindus as villains, and blames Indian states, not uncontrolled greed, outlawing cow slaughter for turning profiteering citizens into criminals. The underlying assumption is that profiting from cow slaughter is desirable. A sign of progress. A virtue India should aspire for. And those who stand in the way are ignorant and backward. Nice twist, eh? In Kali Yuga the mass media is used only to exploit and manipulate the citizens. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Further development. Laxman Dasa congratulates Ananda Gopal Maharaja for his dedication to Goseva. Only 4 years ago Ananda Gopal Maharaja took a bold step to create a cow protection facility in an arid area of Rajasthan within Vraja Mandala. He started with practically nothing, but because of his determination and sincerity he gained much support and today is able to maintain a herd of more than 600. In March 2009 CFC News featured an article announcing his intentions, and later the next year, when we had problems with flooding and had to vacate our facility in Sundrak, we moved more than 80 cows to the 10 development in Rajasthan acres the villagers had allotted Maharaja for cow protection. CFC News October 2010. His facility near the village of Siogao borders 2,500 acres of state land designated as Gakar Bhumi, pasturing grounds. Since 2010 we have been supportive of his efforts and have regularly visited his herd. Recently Ananda Gopal Maharaja acquired 30 bhighas of land in an even more remote area which also borders a vast expanse of hilly land with shrubs and trees. It is a natural habitat filled with nilgai, deer, and thousands of peacocks. A scenic area near Siogao where the cows pasture after the monsoon. The first investment Maharaja has made on the new property is to make 3 8-inch borings. Each time he has struck perfectly sweet and cool water. He has moved a generator to power one of the wells and is leveling an area for the first shed to host more cows. We plan to continue to report on his progress. Above, Ananda Gopal Maharaja shares his plans to develop his new facility with Laxman Dasa and Puri Maharaja of Care for Cows. Below, 2 members of the herd at Siogao. Below right, the rolling hills which will pasture his herd during most of the year. Above and right, a beautiful area on the new property graced by large peepal and neem trees bordering a sunken water catch which becomes a pond after the monsoon. New Delhi, CNN. When 33-year-old Ashu Manjia visits the supermarket it's rarely for stocking up his fridge for the week. As head of a cow protection enforcement team, he regularly scours Delhi grocery stores and outdoor markets for food products containing cow beef. For the last 15 years, Manjia and his team of 120 Delhi-based volunteers have thrown themselves in a battle that pits India's billion-dollar meat industry. Greedy beef traders threaten India's sacred cow and growing underground beef trade against Hindu traditionalists keen on preserving the holy status of cows. The cow is our mother, it's our duty to protect her, said Manjia, who monitors and raids hundreds of stores, butcher shops, and slaughterhouses suspected of carrying, selling or slaughtering India's blessed bovines. We do this because we believe in what the cow represents in our country, our culture, and in the Hindu religion. The majority of India's 24 states outlaw the slaughter of cows, yet the Indian government aspires to become the third largest beef exporter in the world. It means greedy, corrupt politicians ignore state laws and encourage illegal theft and slaughter of cows. This year, India will displace the United States as the world's third largest beef exporter, behind Brazil and Australia. In just the first half of 2012, India exported $1.24 billion worth of meat, and a 30% growth in revenue from 2010 exports is projected by the end of the year, according to a U.S. Beef Export Federation study. While the bulk of Indian exports is buffalo meat bound for Middle East and Southeast Asian markets, the growing middle class in Arab countries has sparked a new craving for cow beef. The rise in demand could make India the world's king beef exporter by 2013, according to USDA estimates. But as India continues its struggle for economic and political dominance in South Asia, there is concern that Hindu-mandated bans on beef could hamper the industry's future growth, particularly in states like Kerala and West Bengal where the practice is legal. Relied on by generations of Indians for tilling fields, dairy products, and dung fuel, the cow is regarded by Hindus as Gaumata, or maternal figure, and has had a long-standing central role in India's religious rituals. Those religious attitudes, however, are viewed by some Indian business leaders as a major hindrance to their religion commerce. Cow beef could be a very lucrative business in India, said Dr. S.K. Ranyahan, the director of Hind Agro Industries Limited, who believes that religious attitudes may stand to change once the extent of business opportunities are realized. I think 5 to 10 years from now, when we hope people will regard profit as God, people won't be so scandalized by the sale of cow beef. The majority of India's 24 states outlaw the slaughter of cows except under extenuating circumstances, to stifle contagious diseases, prevent pain and suffering, medical research, etc. And several states including Delhi and Rajasthan, among others, ban the sale and slaughter of cows altogether. The strict laws against cow slaughter in the majority of India's provinces have forced the lucrative cow beef trade underground. An estimated 1.5 million cows, valued at up to $500 million, are smuggled out of India annually, which some analysts say provide more than 50% of beef consumed in neighboring Bangladesh. When you consider just how much money is made from underground cow smuggling, it becomes clear that not only is there a huge amount at stake, but a huge demand that butchers and slaughterhouses are catering to, said Dr. Zarin Ahmed, a fellow at the Centre de Sciences Humaines in New Delhi, who has extensively studied the work and trade among India's butcher communities. Working with Manjia's enforcement team is Parmanand Mittal, a cow advocacy lawyer who works from a home office on the outskirts of Delhi. Throughout the day, Mittal fields a stream of phone calls tipsters who have caught wind of illegal slaughterhouses and owners of gaushalas, or cow sanctuaries, concerned with unexpected expenses associated with new rescues. In Mittal's office hangs a painting of Lord Krishna, one of the most revered divinities in Hinduism, with his arm resting affectionately on a white calf. While Manjia's crew breaks up the slaughterhouses, Mittal builds a legal case for prosecution. His backlog of casework extensive, Mittal says. While there might be money to be made from adding cow beef to current exports, India would incur costs elsewhere, Mittal says. Cows have long been the source of fuel, manure, and fertilizer, among other things. These animals are revered because they've played a large role in the welfare and livelihood of all Indians, Mittal said. Take away the cow and the repercussions will be huge. Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. Bhagavad Gita 16.7. They believe that to gratify the senses unto the end of life is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus there is no end to their anxiety. Being bound by hundreds and thousands of desires, by lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Bhagavad Gita 16.11-12. The demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy and I have killed him, and my other enemy will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything, I am the enjoyer, I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Bhagavad Gita 16.13-15 by Miranda Lightsinger, MSNBC.com. A young steer who broke out of a slaughterhouse in northern New Jersey, swam across a river and ran through city streets, was being taken Wednesday to an animal sanctuary in New York where a comfy straw bed awaited him. The black and white steer was rescued by a volunteer with the Woodstock Farm Animal Sanctuary who picked him up Wednesday morning after tracking down the slaughterhouse, said Jenny Brown, a co-founder of the nonprofit center in South Central New York. The animal appeared to be a cross between an Angus and a Holstein, and a veterinarian, who was required to inspect the steer so he could be legally transported across state lines, gave him antibiotics, she said. He seemed to be shaken up and was pretty banged up from his escape, including having a problem with his back leg. We can give him a comfy straw bed and put him in a safe place where he is going to be loved and respected, Brown said, noting that he was likely being used as a beef cow and would have ended up as steak on dinner plates. The steer's adventure began late Tuesday night, when he fled the slaughterhouse and navigated the streets of Paterson, said the city's chief animal control officer, John DeCondu. Mike the steer escaped a New Jersey slaughterhouse. It was unbelievable. It was like Dodge City, he said, noting that after escaping, the steer came across Young Steer Escapes slaughterhouse basketball courts, where he stopped for a minute, then he jumped into the Passaic River and swam across to the other side. You had to see the spectators. People were rooting for the cow, he said. As police and animal control attempted to corral him, the steer escaped once more. At one point, he ran into a police car, but no one was injured. Finally, DeCondu managed to tranquilize him, and within 4 minutes the animal was asleep and snoring like a newborn. It's not clear how the steer got out, but DeCondu said the animal sensed what was in store for him. The steer's ordeal had a happy ending, DeCondu said. The owner of the slaughterhouse guaranteed me, and also the officers, that cow deserves to live, and, yes, he does. So the cow is going to a farm, he said, adding that was why the slaughterhouse owner was not charged in the incident. Under an intense media spotlight, such escapees can often end up going to a farm only temporarily or even be sent off to another slaughterhouse, said Brown, noting that was why they wanted to reach out to make sure the animal has a good home. The irony is that people cheer when an animal escapes being slaughtered, yet they go home and eat steak, never understanding their complicity to the cruelty. Brown's group rescues animals that have escaped abuse, neglect, or the food industry. What's wrong with our industrialized food system is that the slaughter and cruelty is completely out of sight and thus out of mind. The steer has been named Mike, after the volunteer who rescued him, Brown said. Excerpt from Kalyana Kalpatara, February 1945, Natural News. After garnering nationwide attention for being secretly added to processed hamburgers and beef products, including those served in school lunchrooms, lean finely textured beef, aka pink slime, is reportedly on its way out from the menu offerings of McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Burger King. But according to Mother Jones, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, plans to keep ordering this imitation, ammonia-laced product for use in its National School Lunch Program, NSLP, a taxpayer-funded government food program that serves low-income students. Pink slime gained much notoriety after being featured in the acclaimed 2008 documentary Food Incorporated. Robert Kenner, the film's director, revealed an inside look into Beef Products International, BPI, a South Sioux City, Nebraska-based processing plant that produces most of the nation's supply of pink slime. The product, which is composed of bovine connective tissue and beef scraps doused in ammonia and formed into a paste, is commonly used as a beef filler because it is low cost and supposedly less risky compared to conventional ground beef. You can watch a disturbing clip from Food Incorporated featuring footage from the BPI plant and commentary by BPI founder Eldon Roth on YouTube. FDA, USDA say ammonia-laced pink slime is safe for children, though BPI claims that pink slime is safer than conventional ground beef because of the ammonia treatment. Tests conducted by NSLP between 2005 and 2009 have revealed that the meat-like matter routinely tests positive for salmonella at 4 times the rate of conventional beef. Ammonia is also a highly corrosive poison that is known to cause respiratory illness and lung damage, liver problems, and cancer. The Chemical Encyclopedia says ammonia is highly toxic if swallowed. http://healthychildorg/issues/chemical pop/ammonia/. And yet both the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and the USDA insist that pink slime is safe, even though there is absolutely no evidence to prove this. And now the USDA's NSLP is reportedly ordering 7 million pounds of pink slime to serve to students. A shocking move that even the nation's most notoriously unhealthy fast food chains are unwilling to make. Reports indicate that top USDA officials have routinely ignored all data showing that pink slime is a high-risk product, and have instead continued to endorse the product as safe for human consumption. And the worst part about the situation is that, just like with genetically modified, GM, products, pink slime is secretly added into raw ground beef without being properly labeled. They've taken a processed product, ammonia, without labeling it, and added it to raw ground beef, said microbiologist Gerald Zernstein recently to The Daily. Science is the truth, and pink slime at this point in time is a fraudulent lie. http://www.takePart.com/article/2012/03/05 Pink slime still menu. Aditi Sathai Alexandra Lazareva Alina Yershova Aliya Kaziyeva Aliya Kaziyeva Aliya Kaziyeva Amit Goswami Ananda Morateya Andriy Krivokoritov Anil Bansal Anil Kumar Anna Filimonova, Anna Melnikova Anonymous Anuradha Kavlamudi Aina Shyamo and Ariel Telford Artem Polygalin Avinash Biravalud Barbara Dentine Wellfeld Carl and Stella Hersig CFG Studio Chandrika Pasupati Christian Kastner Dace Ezer Mail Daniel Kolobeev Deborah Klein Derek Carol Devender Kumar Devesh Kul Shrestha Diana Nazarova Dina Sarana Dasa Doyle Govinda Dasa Elena Emalenko Elena Mazurova Elena Nikiforov Eli Tamal Emily Jaminian Francis Frischkorn Gadagraja Kalindi and Varshana Gauranga Priya Dasi Hulya Erdem Jagannath Rao Jasasai Sudha Dasa Janaki Romano Jeffrey Walian Jenny Jensen Johan Wallander Jurgen Jensen Joseph Frankel Julaja Ruch Jova Kaivalya Sundari Dasi Kantalal Shivlal Kavita Shah Kirtan Raza Dasa Kitri Waterman Krishna Priya Dasi Kripa Sindhu Dasa Laya Babikova Lucy Madanan Madhava Priya Dasi Madhavi Guntupali Marina Gritse Mark Lee Mary L Valerio Meenakshi Sundars Thuraman Milan Tatalovik Mohan Prabhu Naidu Mahini Mutyanalini Gagar Nayan Rupar Elia Ng Josephine Oksana Barba Oksana Klania Sheena Alishaya Olga Mak Om Raj Panir Selvam Kanagarat Nam May cows stay in front of me, may cows stay behind me, may cows stay on both sides of me. May I always reside in the midst of cows. Hari Bhaktavilas 16.252 The cows send their heartfelt thanks to those who assisted during April 2012. Thank you from the Cows Panthea McKnight Paulo Musu Peter Antonakis Pradayamna and Damodara Prabhas Pure Heart Pursadam Dabazai Radapati Dasa Rahul Sharma Rajiv Barol Rajal Nayak Ramajirid Hari Razmandela Dasi Ravi Gopal Rohini Sudha Dasa Rohit Sharma Sasameda Dasi Sanjay Shokin Sanjeev Keswani Shahe Dev Prabhu Sivagari Sathananthan Sradar Raj Kumar Sri Govinda and Mandiram Mani Srinivasan. Ganesan Sudarshana Dasa Sudarma Dasi Sukanya Venugopal Svetlana Gritse Thirushni Govinder Tracy Molina Tusta Krishna Dasa Valentina Maziliuk Venkata Venkateswaran Venkatesh Raghavan Vijay Sharma Vikas Shah Vishvambara Priya Dasi Vyasapata Dasa Yajanavakaya Dasa Yuval Niv